I'm calling to order the meeting of the Washington County Egg Society Executive Board for February 2nd, 2023. Kim, do you take attendance?
Yep. Amy?
Here.
Phyllis?
Here.
Richie?
Right there.
Has to say here though. Richie. We'll come back to him. Sue?
Here.
Kevin?
Yep.
Leanne?
Yep.
And I'm here. Dory?
Here.
Richie?
Richie's trying to get back in right now, he just said.
Oh, hang on. I can't take notes and look at the. Oh, there he is.
I'm in.
All right, Richie, are you here now?
I'm here now.
Okay. All right. Attendance is taken.
Okay. Are there any guests joining us tonight?
There were none scheduled.
Okay. Then we'll go on to the grounds report.
The only thing that has changed is the electrician was out and fixed that new mast that was ripped off of building A from the snow that slid off the building and tore the mast off. He was out last Friday and got her all back together and powered back into building A.
Very good.
I haven't gotten a bill from them yet.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much. I mean, they ended up said that everything looked good on the mast, and they used the old mast that was the original one, so they didn't have to really change much.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
moving on to the treasurer's report.
I don't even have any bills at this point. Too early.
I said it was blank when I printed it. It's like, wow. Okay.
I just want, other than that, it's, you know, not much going on here right now. Nonchalant.
Okay. Moving on, the fair manager's report.
Well, I'd like to move on with them. Getting ready to send out the applications here, just kind of pending on something, and then I'm going to begin it all. So website is kind of it's waiting for updates and out there notifying everybody that we're working on updates. So that's about it at this point.
Okay. Very good. Property management report, rental units.
It's kind of early for that too.
Yes.
Haven't right at this point, he hasn't gotten anything yet from anyone as of today, but so I'm assuming the main house and the lower duplex for sure. Upper duplex, she's still working with someone to get some help and nothing else.
At what point do we give up on the upper duplex?
I don't know. Can't really evict anyway right now. the winter, can we?
No, we can't evict, but if we start paperwork. I don't know if it benefits us to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's supposed to be getting back to him, I guess. So I guess we may as well wait and see what she says. But so yeah, if it was free to evict, it would be nice, but it's not. And then it's winter time on top of it, which is really,
Yeah, you can't do anything till April
Yeah.
1st. But if all of the ducks are in a row, I mean, there's a moral situation of this person's been there for forever, and then the financial thing where she's almost a year behind, you know?
well, whatever, if it was her husband or whatever left her, and then everything started kind of going downhill. Then she was on help, but she was in the hospital, and it was like kind of like one thing after another for her. But
Yeah.
So yes, not a good situation there.
Any other comments or questions regarding the property management info? Hearing none, let's move on to the secretary's report. The January 9th executive board meeting minutes were emailed. I know Dory made one correction regarding the Horse Council grant. It was for $1,000.
Got it.
Is there a motion to approve the executive board minutes from January 9th?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. A motion has been made and seconded to approve the executive board meeting minutes from January 9th. Any discussion?
No.
If not, Kim, do you want to do roll call again?
I gotta catch up with myself.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just typing and. All right. Right, Amy,
I
Phyllis,
Yes.
Richie,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yep.
and Leanne,
Yep.
and I'm a yes. Everybody's a yes.
Very good. The minutes are approved. Moving on to the contracts for the VFW and St. Croix Kennel Club.
Haven't heard from them yet, so I'll have to send out a tickler because see where they're at and what's going on.
Okay, very good. Old business, the horse group, the dressage pad. Any new info?
Nancy had just sent me, where is it again? Let me see here. They had a little setback here too. They were, they had asked a legal person to put together a proposal, and she's been in the hospital now. And so that kind of set them back right now. She's just got home, doing okay. So in the meantime, they're just kind of waiting till she can get back on that. So that's all I know at this point.
Okay.
So keep us posted when they can get anything accomplished.
Thanks for the update. Mendel property. There's nothing new that I know of.
Nope.
M&H.
Okay, then moving on, the Hooley Hall kitchen counter table proposal. Last month at our January meeting, we had a group come proposing some updates to the kitchen in Hooley Hall. Hopefully you've had a chance to look through the packet we were provided. Any comments?
I feel we should go ahead and grant some money to redo that back wall. So we have a prep kitchen or prep counter, a hand wash area, and then stainless steel counters for that, just for that back wall.
Okay, any other comments?
The only thing I'm concerned about, Amy, is on that back wall. Are they gonna run water again over there?
For the prep sink.
Prep
there
area,
is,
yes.
I would say, where are the current lines? Because they go behind the stove, right?
They come out of the ceiling, I believe, and come down that back wall.
By the window?
Yep. And that's where we had problems in the previous years with those water lines freezing.
Yeah.
So are the water lines shot then?
Well, it's
Where
just
is the-
that's the north or the northwest, or actually it faces west. That's where all
Yeah.
the cold air comes from, is on that west side. And the lines
but so
every
is
year
the-
freeze.
So are they cracked and they're not usable? So it's shut off someplace else, or?
Yeah, I don't know where it shut off, but all that water supply is shut off to that sink over there.
Where do the water lines come from the dish sink then?
The dish sink, that's an interior wall.
No, I understand that, but where does it come from? The same water heater, or does it come from the
Yeah.
one in
Well,
the other room?
honestly,
So
I couldn't tell you exactly which water heater. I'm sure it probably comes from the one in the kitchen.
Because I think the other two, one's for each bathroom, right?
Yeah. That's my assumption.
And they're all copper lines right now?
Yeah. Unless they run PEX. But that's, I know in the
I know.
past when Chuck was there,
Yeah.
that's when they, every year they would have to bank that wall with straw to
Yeah.
keep it from freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And it would always still freeze too,
Yep.
even with the straw.
Because there really isn't much, the only heat that kitchen is getting is from the two furnaces out in the main area.
Yeah.
So the walls are not insulated at all?
Well, they're insulated, but very poorly.
Oh, okay.
Because really
Buildings
all
also-
that is a metal structure.
Yeah, right.
And then we only keep the building at like 50, and the heat is on the other side of the building. There's no heat in the kitchen.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So hence we have issues in that.
Unless
Building.
they build another wall, just a small knee wall out from the existing wall and insulate it well.
But what if we do plastic water lines and keep them inside and don't even put them in the wall?
Just, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, suppose you go with PEX lines and have shut-off valves up in the ceiling where when we get everything done, you shut them off up there, drain your lines out.
That's a good
And you
idea.
don't, because the lines are already up in the ceiling. Put a valve up there for each one. All done, turn them off for the year and drain it out. You're not building extra walls. You're not this and that. pretty easy fix.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And for the winter, we could shut off the valves that drain it and wouldn't worry about it.
That's right.
And we just leave notes on it saying not operational during winter or whatever. We put that on in the fall on those two sinks. Because the one sink that they use for hand washing, that doesn't get drained during the winter, does it?
No. But isn't that right around the corner there, close to that doorway?
Yeah, but you would assume that it's the same water lines, right? The other one, I think, is in front of the window, so I can understand why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't had any issues with that wash one. It's just that back one. And like Kevin says, just put plastic or PEX and then shut off valves up in the ceiling and call it good.
Yeah. I'd be for that.
And actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, that PEX will take a pretty good frost, won't it?
Oh, you can freeze it and they won't break.
Yeah, because it just
They're made that way.
expands and then goes back to its normal size again once it warms back up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But,
Yeah, so
easy
this-
just to put a
it's just-
valve on there and shut it off, that way
It's
for
valves
sure.
and water connections then you have to worry about. Because that's what they even say with like my horse trailer. It's not the lines that'll ever break. It's the valve in the toilet or the handles on the sink and everything that'll break first. They'll
Yep.
freeze
Well,
and
you
break.
set it back from the walls. You can set that back a ways, your
Yeah,
valves.
But
Drain
still,
it down.
I'm thinking the water line never froze because if it's the same water line freezing the other one, it's just going to be the faucet that probably froze. Because if
My
we're
guess
running
is-
that same water line over to that other sink, which is further down the line where they wash their hands currently, and that's just fine. It's not leaking water everywhere.
right.
Well, I remember Chuck with what do you call those little blowtorch things or whatever, thawing out the line underneath the sink there.
Yeah,
He used
and
to
it's
do
close
that
to the
outside.
ground.
Yeah,
But I think if we go with PEX, I think the problem would be solved.
That's what most homes have these days anyway.
Yeah, that's what my house is, all PEX.
That's what, yeah, when they redid my house, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea on mine. All I know is I got water.
Know where it comes from, but I got water.
I got water. When it rains, I got water.
So
So are you thinking of buying new things or for them to buy new counters?
Honestly, I think there's enough sales of used stuff in the area that we can probably find it. We just need to put a little bit of effort into it.
right.
But then the whole thing with that is someone will need to pick it up. That's the only bummer with that.
Yeah.
So are you suggesting we look for the equipment or pass it off to the group that came to us saying you have X number of dollars?
I'd say we give them a dollar amount and let them figure it out.
That was my
Okay.
suggestion. Just give them
That-
I
an
mean,
extra.
as long as they buy stainless steel, which I don't feel
Sounds
they'll,
like that's what they want.
yeah.
So our Hooley Hall kitchen upgrade, the proposed budget is $5,000. What do we want to allot them? Or do you want to say you have $5,000 to spend?
Not so much.
No. I would say we give them maybe like $1,000 and then any plumbing would be in addition to that. But $1,000 for new tables, countertops, tables and sinks.
Would 1,000 be enough? That sounds like an awful lot of equipment.
It's just that back wall, so it'd probably be like one table,
Oh, it's just the
A
back wall.
sink,
Oh,
and then the whatever, a double single compartment for the prep wash.
okay, okay.
Wasn't
gotcha.
there that other table, that single table that was in the
Across.
middle? In the
Yeah,
middle of
across.
the, that's
Yeah, we
almost,
can throw that one in there too.
yeah.
So brand new tables were about $300 each, and I don't know, I believe shipping was in addition to that.
I don't think they knew, did they?
Yeah, they didn't know about shipping.
Or tax and all that too.
There is the double compartment's $500 for that one. So that's $1,100 plus the hand washing sink, which do we still have that one hand washing sink I picked up off auction, Richie, or did that one get discarded?
Is that
think
in,
Craig-
where's that at?
Okay, yeah, but I paid $5 for that one, so, and that was the NSF grade hand washing sink and everything, so those you can pick up relatively inexpensive anyway.
Not sure where that even ended up.
Probably in the dumpster. As if Craig was back there, that's what he liked to do with things.
Yeah.
Huh.
But so if you get 2 used tables at $100 each, then you can probably go brand new with your stainless steel sink and everything, and you still have a couple $100 to spare.
I'm gonna start a new business and make those little NSF stickers and sell them on.
Yeah,
You gonna start a new business?
That's
Oh,
all I'm gonna
boy.
do is sell that little blue sticker that says NSF on it. Oh, I'm being yelled at, that
Oh,
I'm not starting no more businesses.
who's eavesdropping on your conversations?
uh,
Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we allow the, what is it, the Hooley Hall Group? The ones that presented, $1,200 to purchase, stainless steel table countertops for that back area. Up to $1,200, right?
yeah,
And is it just for the back area, or if they're given $1,200, are they gonna take it and buy additional?
Well, we don't really want other things done at this point. We want that area done if anything's done.
But if they want to buy an extra stainless steel table,
Well, so just make it for stainless steel
back wall.
or for
tables or,
kitchen improvements based on their proposal,
what Phyllis
because
said.
they highlighted that back area and then possibly that table,
Yeah,
replacing that counter.
the one that's butted against the freezer.
Right.
So if we let them know that those are the things that we want them to work with for the 1,200 and leave it at that.
Yeah, but the $1,200 will be for the stainless steel
Right.
stuff. And if we need to spend additional on plumbing, let's make sure we get that done right instead of
Right.
just trying to whip it together at the end with the last couple dollars.
Whip it, whip it.
Because, oh, well, we'll wait till this motion's over with.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to allow the food stand group to spend up to $1,200 for stainless steel countertops, sinks for the back wall area. Is there any further discussion? If not, we'll vote to allow the group to spend up to $1,200 for the kitchen improvements, stainless steel counters, etc.
Amy,
Yes.
Richie,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Ann,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yep.
I'm a yes, and Phyllis.
Yes.
Did I get everybody? Yes.
So,
Okay, thank you.
in addition to that, we also, and that can be a spring, it needs just to be done before fair, but the freezer is on a circuit with other stuff. That was tripping things during the fair last year. We looked at that, right, Richie and Kevin?
Yeah, we did. It's, I think it's
It's
tied
that
in with those
second
lights.
room.
Yeah, but it's tied in with the lights somehow. I
Okay.
thought he had ran a separate line for that, but apparently he didn't.
No,
That's what
yeah,
I thought.
and I don't know if he was instructed to make a second line or if he was told to separate the two. So the two got separated, but now it trips out that little extra room.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
so-
got, yep, he just separated the two, but they're still on, that other one's still on the lights. And we just gotta change those lights out to LED and that would take care of it.
Cause I thought they were saying that it was tripping out, not a crock pot, but whatever their heating element is that they're keeping the food warm in. It was tripping that out, which, cause that feeds to that room, which is also the coffee pot. So something. It was all tripping out. So whatever needs to be done, needs to be done.
We just need to switch it's just that one row of lights above the bathrooms. And theoretically, we should just change all of them lights that when they burn out to LED.
Is that a quick flip or is that we need a new balance?
Some of them lights need a new ballast, but you can go to Menards and get replacement LED bulbs that just go in and change. You don't have to change the ballast or nothing. I did it to my garage and it made a world of difference.
Okay. Cool. That'll be on the to-do list.
Yes. Anything else about Hooley Hall? If not, we'll move on to gate admission. Monday night, we had good discussion on admission prices for the fair and whether we should continue with individual admission or do admission by car. And things will remain individual admission. The group suggested we up the admission price for adults by $1, going from 7 to 8, and for youth going from 4 to 5. I think that was right. And raising the season pass to $20. Now, in order to do this, we need to have a special membership meeting for the membership to vote on it.
Is there, because I get we we want the sense of urgency to have it done to publicize it and everything. But it can't wait till the April meeting? Needs to be done.
Gosh, no.
Okay.
No, no, not a chance. I got too many vendors and all that I've gotta let them know. Well, to some other things were kind of hashed out at the end, a few of us. I was thinking if we change it up and go to Square, I don't know if anybody had seen what I sent an email. I spent a long time on the phone with Square. Kind of cool. Actually, it's really kind of sweet. And just the things you can do with it is amazing. So if we went that route, we've got so many tickets. We've got adult, we got youth, we got adult, we got youth. I mean, we just got so many tickets. So we're thinking of like streamlining it. And I know Kim and I went out online and looked at other county fairs too, where they charge just one price. They have an age limit, from 9 to 12, or 9 and up is one price. There's no price for youth. They get in free. So anyone under 9. So we're, just as an option, if we're going to change things up, if anything like that, I know like Richie was saying too, that they charge all one price. That's it. There's no, youth and all the other things that we have. But, just thought I'd throw it out there too while we're talking about stuff.
And I'm going
Would
to look
make it
up,
easier.
I'm going to look up too. I started, I just didn't have enough time to prepare it for tonight, but I'm going to go through all the county fairs and see if I can find out what their admission price is and then where their cutoff is if they do have youth, or like Dory and I were talking, the couple we looked at were 9. I ran into some problems. I started it yesterday, and there's a lot of fairs now that are updating their websites, and so it just says under construction. So I'm going to run into potentially not finding the information, but I'm going to give it a go.
And Anoka County hasn't voted on theirs yet, but they said they're going up to $15.
Okay.
I don't know what their age is though, or what they do. I know Phyllis, you were gonna say something, or were you?
One price would really simplify things.
It certainly would. I mean, for even training anybody in, even on the phone, you got one button to press, basically. Senior citizen on Wednesday only. And I mean, how easy would that be for at the gates, instead of, okay, we got this and then we got 3 youth, but just thinking of it, here, if we're making any changes, I just thought I'd bring it up. I have no idea whether it's good or bad, but
Well, I think the Square is a good idea. Dury, do you have any idea, would we have, I know we talked about having to train in certain people to learn how to work the Square. And would you think you'd have enough people that you know of that might be coming back to work that could come early to train? And would they be willing to do that?
There's enough, and I know like Liz had mentioned too, that she would definitely help look for, and if we are raising the pay, we might have more options out there too.
Yeah, right.
But I know there's enough, I would think too, from the choir groups that I have that can handle, they all have cell phones. And once it's programmed in there, that's the thing. All we have to do is set up the phones. All they have to do is hit the button, and it can be done by cash or credit card.
And that's gonna be
So-
with the burner phones, right? We talked about,
Correct,
yeah, okay.
correct. And they just swipe the card and, or,
Well, I-
take cash and,
I think with Square though, I think we need to stick to it strictly just credit. I think if you're asking the staff to try and do Square for cash, I think that gets a little,
Yeah, you could accidentally ring it up wrong and then they'll screw up the accounting portion of
yeah,
it.
because I think we're gonna have one line, at the
We
booth,
could, yeah.
one is cash and one is credit. And then that way the person is just doing the same kind of transaction over and over again.
Yeah, but they
although,
still need a little bit of training. I mean, we can't expect them to start in right away.
No,
Oh,
we give
okay.
them training.
although the cash would be really handy because it lets them know when they ring it up, how much they owe. And then it tells them, when they give them a $20 bill, say, okay, and
That's-
it tells you what
that's-
changed. give
Yeah, but
back.
that's assuming everything's being run in right. You make
Well,
one
yeah.
error on there and then someone's gonna have to do 3 times as much math and it'll be a nightmare for
I
someone
know.
who doesn't like to add.
I was just in my bubble. I kind of be in a bubble for a little bit, but how sweet
Yeah,
it would
but
be.
I thought we had talked about having credit, one line for credit, one line for cash. So then
It would,
whoever
yeah.
is working the Square doesn't have to worry about cash.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I was just in my bubble again. Can I just not be in my bubble?
You can
Well,
stay
I'm
in
trying to
bubble,
understand your bubble.
but
Do you
those of us
think-
that have to be out at the gates, there's gonna be one line for credit and there's gonna be one line for
Right,
cash.
right. That's
Because
what I
otherwise
thought. Yeah.
we'll be all
Okay.
goofed up.
Fine, I'll pop my bubble. Fine.
Do you guys think that if you just make one line for credit and one line for cash, that it's gonna get backed up?
I think the signs will have to be plenty large so people understand.
I think,
Cash only.
yeah,
credit
I
card
think you're
only.
gonna have to have the booth. So you have one booth with 2 windows with cash and the other one with at least one with credit. But if not, the second booth will be 2 holes for that. Because yeah, I agree. It'll get backed up otherwise if you only have one for each.
I think so too, Leanne. Yeah, so many people use credit. With our business at the tube slide, 95% of people are credit. And we have 2 credit card machines at our ticket counter. And
But that goes pretty fast, doesn't it, Rich?
yeah, it still goes pretty fast,
Yeah.
but,
And I think
Yeah.
if we have the ATMs out there, if the line did get long and they have an ATM and they see there's a cash line that nobody's in, they did it last year. I think they'll go up to the ATM, grab some cash, and then they'll buy a ticket that way.
right, yeah. It is pretty quick. I'm not disagreeing with that, but
Yep.
if you have a little hiccup.
Like shift change, that's all it will take is shift change.
Yeah. But we even 2 years, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 years ago, we switched to one price for everybody, and it just eliminates all your tickets where you're just down to one ticket. And it just makes it simpler and easier just to run everybody at one flat rate.
Yeah, easy
I don't-
for teaching
I don't
people.
think we should pursue something like that this year after the discussion on Monday, and it was kind of, let's raise it $1, one for each, It's something we can look at in the future, but I think after going through the motions of having that discussion and everything, we should honor what the membership requested,
Well, unless.
Well, I don't think they were against it though, Amy. I think, if we work out a plan like we're talking about right now and make that proposal to them,
To the whole
to me, it sounds really easy, simple,
Yeah,
Yeah,
to the whole
much
membership. we're meeting
simpler
with
than what some of those others were talking about that night.
Or you
Well-
just give them two options, or option A is one,
Yeah.
like where we're going, and then option B,
Right.
and let them vote on it and see what they want to do.
Yeah,
If we go into it that way, we can't. I don't think we should have a full discussion again like it did, because it was a lot of talking in circles on Monday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree
So-
with that.
We go into a meeting and have 2 proposals saying we up at $1 each and senior or season tickets cost whatever. Or option B, we charge, I don't know, $7-8 for everybody. But then even what Phyllis was saying on Monday was you up the price, then you're kind of, you're hurting 4-H type thing. So if we up the price of youth to be the adult price, the target audience there is 4-H again, you know?
But then if you're only selling tickets to 9 and older or 10 and older,
That's still the bulk of 4-H.
and
people.
anyone, yes, but it's not the Clover Buds and the first or second year members.
Do you really think that it would hurt 4-H that much like that lady was talking about at the meeting on Monday?
No,
No,
No, they like to complain.
Well, yeah, that's, yeah.
I mean, if you're in 4-H, you're gonna have, and you can't pay $8 per person to get in, you probably shouldn't be going.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably shouldn't be in 4-H.
Well, there may be 1 or 2 families that get, you know, the scholarship, the funding the whole way and everything. But
Well-
the bulk of them, the bulk of the people, especially the animal people and everything like that, I don't feel it's gonna hurt them. I mean, you look at some of these people that are in sports and everything. This weekend, my sister will be down in Eau Claire and she'll spend the weekend in Eau Claire for a 6-year-old to play hockey a couple times, you know?
Yeah, and you're never gonna satisfy everybody.
No.
You know,
And
we
the-
just come up with what we feel is the best
And the
for
kids,
everybody.
right, and the kids, which are more of the 4-Hers, can still buy the season passes for $6, correct?
Yes.
Well,
That's-
if we go one price, it'd be what, maybe 20? 20
the
for the week
organized,
person?
the organized families will have season tickets. There's plenty of families that aren't organized and don't get season passes.
We had talked about like group tickets too, like,
That would be just for vendors.
Vendors, that was, yeah.
just for vendors.
It was for vendors because Jack was saying he doesn't want to buy 10 season passes if the majority of his group, you know, if he,
Right.
say he's got 12 or 10 employees, but only 8 of them are coming in, you know, every day, or 5 of them are coming in every day. Then he said, you know, I'm wasting money because he said I'm throwing away tickets for Wednesday and Thursday when I don't need those other staff. You know, I need more people Friday and Saturday.
So what if,
So then we were
What if,
talking about just daily tickets that we could bundle in groups of 5, give some sort of discount, but that the vendors could purchase them. And that way their staff can come in whenever they need to be there to work. It's not, they don't need to buy so many tickets for every day.
well, would that be beneficial at all to do like 4-H or something? Versus,
Not if you have a season pass. I mean, unless you're going to start charging your bundle, you know, but then if you offer your bundle to vendors, then you're offering a bundle to 4-H. Where do you cut off your bundle? Who else can buy it?
And how do you know if someone coming up is buying a bundle, if they're 4-H or not? It's not like we have a card that says I'm a 4-H mom.
But does it matter who would buy them? It's like somebody, as long as they're buying the tickets to get in.
that's what
Why
I
don't
was
you
wondering.
just,
Unless they're buying them for all their friends and then they're going to give them out that way.
But if they're buying for their friends, we're still getting money.
Right?
It doesn't, I mean, it's up to the office whether you want to have to deal with the difference of ticket prices and pre-sale and everything. So do you sell a 5-pack the same as a season pass, or do you sell a 5-pack at a different price?
Well, you know, if I'm coming with, or say, you know, I want to come Saturday and bring 8 people, I'd rather buy the bundle on Monday or Tuesday, saving a couple of dollars than buying the ticket at the gate on Saturday. You know, by selling it early, we have the cash. Whether they all the tickets are used or not, that's
You're freezing up
problem.
there, Phil.
But the downside to that is anything we sell pre-fair is taxable.
Okay.
Before the fair starts, it is.
And it's not taxable starting Wednesday?
Correct.
Nope.
That's a
Really?
goofy, yeah,
Yep.
it's a goofy
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
law or rule they put in for the taxing.
That's
Crazy.
what they changed. Yes.
Crazy.
Phyllis, did we lose you?
She's frozen.
We have a
Uh,
lot of people that buy pre-fair tickets.
I think until here,
What was that, Richie?
We have a lot of people that buy pre-fair tickets.
see, like
Where-
on,
You mean
Oh my
Monday
God.
and Tuesday, Richie, before the fair starts?
Yeah.
I have those plus my vendors. Hold on, let me grab. So, let me find my sheet here.
We have
So of the, like a Don't Daily,
$9,000 worth plus vendors.
Yeah.
So you're at about $14,000.
That was, Amy, that was for Monday and Tuesday last year?
The advanced sales was 338 adult and 81 youth for last year. And then vendors, you had an additional 140.
140. And then you
Oh,
got the
plus-
season,
Plus season passes, right?
you got the season passes, correct.
Okay, so you have an additional
So that's
739 adult season passes and 330 youth. What's the total? That's just a number, not a dollar amount, Dory?
That's how many season passes were sold. That's how many. So yeah,
So
tho-
it's
so that's the amount that I pay sales tax on those.
Oh, I'm using my phone, so I don't have a calculator.
That's,
Sorry.
I mean, really, that's not much.
No, it isn't
no,
much,
it's not.
not when you look at the big picture.
No, right. When you look at the big picture, it's not much.
And I would say it would speed up gates though too.
Right.
Right.
So,
Do we still lose Phyllis or is she back?
right?
I'm here.
Okay.
She's God now.
You left us with kind of a nice little smile and you kind of froze
Oh,
up.
okay, okay. Yeah,
So do we want to present two options, basically?
I mean, I feel we can give them two options.
I
Okay,
think that's a really good approach. Saying, you know, after the discussion, but then after the meeting,
That we had at the
as
executive
you
board.
started looking at, right,
yeah,
Well, we can say, you know, we've taken everything into consideration, everything that they said, and came up with two proposals, and which you seem to like the best. I mean, they're both pretty decent ones, so.
yeah, I mean, if this is gonna be a year of change, we may as well look at all the options and
right.
decide which
Now,
one to.
Are we gonna work in that, are we gonna go ahead with the squares then and put that in the proposal so that they know should speed things up at the gates?
I would say yes.
Yeah, it'll speed things up at the office. It'll speed things up everywhere.
Yeah, right.
And I can use it too for all the year-round rentals. They can pay online then. I talked to
And
her, so they would.
And
they would
your vendors can as well, Dory, right? Isn't that what you were saying? That,
write my vendors and then plus the year-round rentals too, you know, that
Yeah.
we do. So everything could be, now, the rate is a little, the most secure way is for having them swipe the card. The second way would be where they would pay online and put in their own information and pay from like an invoice.
Mhm.
The rate is a little, percentage is up a little bit and the per transaction cost is a little more. And then the most kind of unsecure way is if you ask for their card and their number and all that, and you manually put it in.
And you put it in,
That-
yeah.
Right, that rate is the highest. That's 3.5 with a, let's see, a 0.155 fee on it. So
Three
that's
3 point something, you said 3 point something?
3.5% on the
Well,
credit
that's not-
card fee.
That's not terribly high.
Well, compared to the
3.5%.
swiping, which is 2.6.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And then if they pay online, it's 2.9, then it kind of jumps up quite a bit to the 3.5. Because
Okay.
that is the most unsecure way. They don't like to do that.
Yeah, right, right,
So-
right.
So yeah, I mean, I think it would be really cool. We would really be in the 20, what are we in the 21st, 20th
Century you're talking about?
whatever, yeah.
21st century.
What are we in? 21st or
Right,
Yeah.
so now are we posting though? We're not raising this ticket, so if one of the options now is we're just raising the ticket prices like we talked about the other night. So if we're raising the adult to $8, we're not eating that fee, are we? Are we gonna be posting on there that
No.
it's $8 plus the fee?
fee, the
No,
fee is something
we'll
that we eat.
We
We'll
just
eat
eat
the
that.
fee.
They pay $8. We pay the 2.6 plus 10 cents for each transaction.
Okay,
Correct.
so what does that amount to? I'm not a mathematician. What is that? What do we eat then for each one?
$1.60 plus the 10 cents, that'd be $1.70.
On an $8 ticket, right?
No,
Now we're not even making $7. Now we're not even
As I
making
say,
$7.
yeah.
that'd be only 21 cents on 2.6 on an $8 charge.
Yeah, it's not much.
It's 21, yeah, 21
So,
cents.
21
Mine
cents.
just went to the wrong spot too.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's only like
Amy,
30
I believed you.
I was gonna say that's not right. No,
So
no, no.
we'd be making, yeah, $7.79 a ticket then.
Yeah, it'd
Told
be
you I
like
wasn't
30
a
cents,
mathematician.
on an $8 ticket, basically,
so it's
Well, that's
2.6 plus 10 cents, right?
for each transaction.
So
Yeah.
that, yeah, it's 7.69.
Or, yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
And didn't have the 10 cents.
I didn't have the
was gonna
10
say, man,
cents. no.
I like your math there, Amy, but that's called creative bookkeeping.
Well, so, because you have to let the membership know that you're not really raising the ticket prices $1 then. You're really raising them,
69 cents.
on the ones that pay credit. The other ones.
Yeah. If
Correct.
we let them know where this money is going, we're not just pocketing the money, it's going towards these fees and for the extra income or the extra fees, salary to pay people,
Right.
to get helpers.
Right.
Well, but I think the proposal, we can be very clear with them and say, yes, we're raising it to $8, but this is what it's gonna cost us. So that we can't have anybody come back to us and say, well, they didn't say that they, we're not gonna do this or do that. I think we should be real clear with them.
I think we should,
Transparent.
Yes,
I think we should,
So what we talked about then is like taking those spreadsheets that we'd put together for that meeting and we'll update them like with the what it looked like at $7 and then we can do them for the new proposed prices that they came up with that night. So the $8 and the youth still at, 5, raising that one. But as it stands today, what that picture would look like for 2023 if we raise those.
right.
And then if you
We
want
had-
option 2, we could flip
Yeah.
something for that too.
And then just a side note, I think, so they know what it costs for the burner phones and the squares.
Yep.
And then I could have that, I'll have that document done too on, for option 2, I can have that document as much as I can get and, on what different fairs do for different age. Where do they make a cutoff? How many charge for use? How many just make a one-time thing?
Mhm.
So what we could do then, once we get it all together, then I would say we should send it out to the
Yep.
exec board. Everybody look it over and see if this is, everybody's on the same page, and then we can present it to the membership. So now on this membership, can we do like an emergency meeting? Did we
It'd
do
be a
it?
special, it would just be a special meeting. It wouldn't be emergency. It's
Well,
just a special meeting to talk about fair ticket prices.
that's not until 14 days. Hey, Phyllis, are
Yeah,
you
but we
around?
don't, it doesn't have, the bylaws don't have a stipulation for membership meetings for anything, an emergency, so they don't have one they have one for special, but not.
She can't the Phyllis, are you around? I think she froze again. She
She's
really
got the
hasn't
same
moved
luck.
now.
I
Yeah,
have
she
a
hasn't
question.
moved for quite a while. I mean, not even
You-
a blink.
Do you think we would have any issues with those metal ticket booths on getting reception inside them? Because I know sometimes we have issues every once in a while because our building, our chalet is all steel.
Yeah, that went through my head.
Oh,
Do you think the fair would let us maybe get a burner or just get a burner phone in the square and sit in one of their ticket booths?
Just hang on, sorry. Well, I don't even think you need you could probably just sit in there and text and send pictures and everything and see how they come about. But
Oh.
so I have a question about a burner phone. It's gotta be like a prepaid one that's activated, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
And that the square takes either Android or iPhone.
I like Android.
I'm used to iPhone. But what do you guys got, Richie?
Apple and Android.
Apple and Apple? Oh yeah.
Apple and Android.
Oh,
And they both work the same, Richie?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, it's just gonna be, they're just gonna open the app and it's just gonna have whatever tickets we're selling at the gate, and they're literally pushing a button for a youth. If it's, say it's youth and adult, they're just gonna push adult. If it's 2 adults and 2 kids, they're gonna push the adult twice, the kid twice, and that's it. That's all they have to do.
So when
I
they
don't-
get the app, that it comes
have
up
one
and they can choose what to pick, right?
We don't have
Okay.
over here. I don't have a camera. I can bring to the
They probably have a more updated one. We have a pretty old.
I can bring ours just to show everybody once we go to the membership. And
Okay.
just plug it into my phone and they can see what it actually physically looks like.
yeah.
You know,
I'm
ours
sure
is a couple
Jack-
years old. They might have new ones now but
I could
ours
talk
just
to
plugs into the phone. It's just this little white square card reader. They
I
just
could talk
stick the
to
picture.
Jack. I could talk to Jack too and see if he could bring his too.
I mean, they're simple.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to try it, I'll take their credit card and swipe it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will, boy. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the bylaws do not account for an emergency meeting and a notice of a special meeting for the membership. It's 14 days. We have it different if it was an electronic meeting, but a in-person meeting does not. Apparently, we need to add that.
You mean 14 days in advance of the meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
give
so
them notice.
Phyllis actually has to call the meeting no later than 30 days following the membership met on Monday. So she has to call a meeting within 30 days of last Monday.
Okay,
But the membership has to get their notice not less than 14 days. So I would have to
Okay,
send out,
So if we're talking 14 days, the earliest, if a meeting notice went out tonight, would be the 16th.
yep.
Okay.
And I can, I mean, that's easy to do. I can send out the message that says we're going to have a special Egg Society meeting on the 16th, agenda to follow. I don't have to have everything ready to go, obviously, tonight. We just have to let them know there's going to be a meeting, and then tomorrow I'd have to pop the other ones in the mail.
well, wouldn't the only agenda items be the proposals that we put together?
Yes.
It would
That's the
be,
only
but I
thing.
think we can put admission would be the topic, but that way at least everybody's notified that there's a meeting, and then we can tweak it a little. We can send out attachments and agendas and things like that later. If you,
Okay.
because I know time is of the essence for Dory for her paperwork.
Right. Does the
Yeah, right.
16th work for everyone?
That's a Thursday.
Yeah,
2 weeks from tonight.
Let's see.
I've got something going on, but I can cancel it. I can be available.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
uh-oh,
good.
uh-oh.
Dory's not.
Uh,
Just
I think I had granny duty set up for a Valentine's thing for Dana and DJ.
What about Grandpa?
Grandpa. Grandpa will just have to have grandpa duty.
Oh, good God.
What's Devin doing?
David? Oh, I
Devin,
don't, huh?
she can watch them.
Maybe can come to the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids can come.
She'll be running the meeting then.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Well, does it have to be on the 16th? I mean, can you have it, a couple days later or something?
Yeah, I suppose, well, then it wouldn't be until the following week though.
Well, Monday the 20th.
Well, yeah. I suppose we can't, it has to be exactly that. We can't have it on the 15th then, right?
That's the
Nope.
President's Day.
No.
And I'll be busy.
Oh,
Oh,
no school,
on Monday.
no school and stuff. Yeah.
oh. So like I said, we can't have it on the 15th and would that be out of compliance then? Because
Yep.
we're, oh, geez.
Yes, we better.
Oh, gosh, you guys are, okay, well,
Well, we
Yeah.
could do that Monday. Cause
Well-
we close at 5.
I'll just have to, I'll just have to work around and do the 16th because that way then I can get those applications out. Otherwise it wouldn't be until after the 20th. Good God. I get them out in January. That'll be like the end of February. That's probably not a good thing. So the sooner I can get them out, the better.
Yeah.
I already got people, like, don't you send out applications? Yeah, I do. Just this year, I didn't. So, okay.
So you want the 16th?
Yeah,
That's the soonest we can have it.
yeah.
6:30, Cooley Hall.
Yes.
Oh, let me see if Holy Hall is.
Yeah, check Cooley Hall.
As of right now, February 16th is open.
All right, so when we're done with this meeting, then I'll quick send out an email that we'll have a meeting regarding admission that
Yes.
day, that time, that place, and more information to come.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else on this?
Um, Okay,
Okay, then we'll move on to new business, winter
Um,
storage
ca-
con,
can I
Yes.
go back to old business? Just
yes.
the grants. Grant is due March 2nd. I talked to them about the, like a gator, if we could buy that. Yeah, it would be pretty iffy unless we're absolutely kind of using it specifically for like the livestock, like the arena if we're hauling something or whatever, which in all reality we aren't. So that would be kind of a hard sale. So we got any other ideas here that I got to get that grant going?
Let's do the hydrants, some hydrants in the horse area. There's 2, 4, 5, 6 that still need to be replaced. And then, if you want to throw the PA system for the horse, because $1,000 for the horse council says for the,
Amplifier.
amplifier, yes.
So did you say throw in the remaining of the what do you call it, sound system? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, how much are
I don't-
hydrants?
I don't know. I'll have to get a bid
Because
on that and get
They're,
I
Well,
think
that's
years
good.
ago, they were like 1,500 to 2,000,
Yeah, and I have no idea
something
what
like
they are.
that.
I was thinking 2,000 each, yeah. So if you say the hydrants to the west of the west or east of the horse barn, because there's 2 on each side. One or the other, that's 2 hydrants, that's $4,000 for each side.
Okay, I'll have to talk to Hugo. Yeah,
And then if we throw the rest in for the sound system, it doesn't matter to me,
okay,
because then that'll free up that money that we put in the budget and we don't have to spend that money.
okay. Does everybody want to go with that?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yes.
So I don't get a new gator.
Well, I tried.
No, it just doesn't come out of the grant money.
I'm just
It's in
joking.
the budget, right, Richie?
Yeah,
I even tried to tell her that, well, we have a trailer, we hook it up to the gator, and then we hauled the garbage and everything. And I'm sure
The
there's,
garbage is
you know,
not
like,
egg related.
well, I said, I'm sure there's some, shavings and some things from the barn in those barrows that we haul. She started laughing at me. Oh,
yeah, all
Lord.
the bags from the shavings are in them barrels. So we're
Well,
hauling the garbage from the shavings that they dump in the stalls.
That's what I
And Richie wants a
said, but
utility cart, not a gator.
And I
Utility can be
believe-
used for hauling our rakes around.
And I believe Amy and Beth had to chase a horse with the gator down in
did. We have
Bayport.
pictures of that. And the tractor was down 40
So,
too.
yeah, I mean, it's been used. I mean, we got proof, we got pictures, we can show them.
Can we get some lassos too? I mean, we can listen to like some kind
somehow
of music.
they may not take me serious when I say these things to them anymore.
But
Keep
we
a
got
straight
pictures to
face,
prove
Jerry.
it.
What was that?
We got pictures to prove it.
We
That
do.
I'm
That
sure
might even-
I'm sure you're not the only one that calls them and asks them questions about things that could be considered.
Just a straight face is all you need, Jerry.
Well, we're kind of known of asking more of the, or maybe I'm more known of asking more of the stranger things. Like nobody had ever asked them about the skid loader and what we were gonna, and they're like, I don't know.
Gotta
Nobody's
think
ever
of-
asked us that before. I went, oh, great. Why do I gotta
Gotta
be?
think
Well,
outside the
they-
box.
We should get points for creativity then.
Yes, I'm outside the box. Yep, just keep me outside the box. All right.
All
So,
right.
okay, well, if that, yeah, I'll have to get going on that now. Oh, Crap.
Dory,
Yes.
did we, at one point, I remember hearing from, this is a while back, from Rich Thorne from Mantella Well Drilling. Did they used to put in our hydrants?
Mantilla,
They
I know
put the
they-
wells in.
they worked on our wells. I don't, I'd
They
have to look
they could
back.
have, because that's who we used.
I can look back in my records and see what I got.
I mean, I could call him too. I know him pretty well, Rich Thorne, but because I know at one time he brought it up to me, this was all before COVID, and
Oh,
said that he ordered in a whole bunch of hydrants
Oh, really?
and that he had a bunch in stock that were not, and the way he made it sound was that he was gonna have the job at the county fair putting in all new hydrants. So he ordered like 10 of them and had them in stock.
Serious?
Now, I don't know. I mean, don't quote me on it, but I could call him and ask him if he has any to see if it would be cheaper if we supplied the hydrant for Hugo Plumbing.
Huh. So he thought he had the job? Wow. Huh.
I'm thinking this is like back when Chuck was around.
That's what I was thinking because I think Chuck always dealt with Mantilla more. Wow.
But
I guess if you want to,
I mean, all I have to do is
Oh.
just call him and ask him.
yeah, since he brought it up to you, I guess just see what he says. Huh, interesting. Nope, didn't know anything about that, but okay. I'll talk to you then before I talk to Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, I can call Rich and talk to him.
He's still around, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had him out a month ago out the tube side for our snowmaking well.
Okay, cool. All righty. Sounds good, boy.
Any other old business?
Oh, yeah. On the computer grant too, which is like, I think it's 4,000 now for, we use that for updating the bathrooms. So we had talked about, was it the toilets or something? Was that the toilets at Hooley Hall?
The three and the ladies, we should switch over to tankless toilets. And then in the horse bathrooms, we should switch the sinks over to like a solid countertop material instead of the
Oh, yeah.
laminate.
So what bathroom are we talking about?
And better faucets.
Hooley Hall, the three ladies should be switched over to tankless. In the horse bathroom, we should switch over the sink countertop areas to solid material instead of the composite countertop. And then the beer garden bathrooms need real faucets versus those plastic ones. I don't know, what does A and B have, or B bathroom have? Do they have the cheap faucets still too?
Huh.
But even so, those aren't that expensive. I mean, we can get decent ones for like $50 each, probably even 30. But then the other thing that's come up a lot is baby changing stations because we don't have the Red Cross anymore.
Right.
We want the same faucets that are in Hooley Hall to put in
All the bathrooms, yeah.
all the bathrooms.
Not the water, not the touchless ones.
Right. Just go to the
Like a
standard.
real solid faucet.
Yep.
You like the one I picked up?
Yeah, like the ones you picked up.
Okay. What did I pick up? I can't remember. I'll have to look.
I don't know, but one of the places, I don't know if it's Lowe's or Home Depot, but they have like you buy 10 or more, you get like a contractor discount.
Oh,
So we can probably just pick them up at a place like that and have them all, because changing out faucets isn't completely difficult.
okay. So if on the horse bathroom, if we change the counter, when we have to change the sink, or isn't that sink kind of
Yeah,
funky? and-
yeah, we get like either the built-in ones, kind
whole-
of like what we have.
Yeah, the whole one unit or one,
That's what
Do
we
we-
put in the dog bathroom, right?
yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay, anybody got any time to do any pricing for me? What we
I
would
don't
need,
know the dimensions of the horse bathroom, so we're gonna have to wait till a little bit of snow melts so we can get in there.
okay,
Because
that,
I'm not gonna shovel my way into the bathroom just to measure the countertop.
yeah, cause I think that's due, let's see, that's due on that starts March 1st, I think,
Is when you need all the
Um,
quotes and everything.
Sooner rather than later.
Um, that runs March 1st to the 31st, for the bathroom. So that's for that compare. So that one I don't have to get out until in March. But the other,
Okay.
the egg ones I gotta have done by March 2nd.
What other thing?
The hydrants and that for the
Okay.
egg.
You can work on that one, right?
Who can?
You?
Me, yeah, yep. Sure,
I can help you with the other one, with the bathroom one.
okay.
The
Okay,
only thing we can't do right now is get into the bathrooms to measure it out, so.
okay,
But we
Um,
can probably get rough estimates, and we can pick something out that would be a rough estimate. And then we can use that as pricing, and if it doesn't be that exact one, then it's either on us or we save a
Well-
little bit, you know?
yeah, I guess if we get the tankless toilets and figure that out, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what we can come up with for.
Okay. Shoot me the email of the requirements you need, and I will start putting some of that together, okay?
Okay. Would you
Because if
need-
you just need prices of stuff,
Yep, I
we
need
can
to,
go,
I need to, send them a quote, a bid or something,
yep, no, we can get all that.
Yep, okay. Alrighty,
Include the diaper changing stations?
well, we'll have to figure out something
Yeah,
on
we'll have
that.
to see. So the challenge with diaper changing stations are, most of them are wall ones,
Right.
and our bathrooms are the cement wall, brick wall, whatever you want to call it.
Okay,
So
I've got a dumb blonde question.
that's
The
fine.
the first, thank you. The first aid building is empty, right?
No,
No,
Oh,
we
No?
repurposed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Or-
All right, then shoot that idea.
okay,
Is there any way one year somebody set one up in like the corner of building D or something? Is there a space in any of the buildings that aren't used by vendors that we could set up something?
And put,
Yeah, we
and put
could
a
probably
curtain
make
around or
space.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
you
Do they
know,
make do they make a portable one?
Well, that's the other option. We were kind of discussing that at the safety meeting and everything about, or long range planning, one of those two, about that. So that's something, I mean, if we do a good enough Google search, I'm sure we could, but then you have to remember, it's gotta be, we're liable for it if it falls over or whatever. So we want to make sure
Yeah.
it's damn
Yeah.
secure,
Yeah,
yeah,
wherever it is.
Do any of these like and I'm sure Myers don't have it, but like Biffy or whatever, I know some of these porta potty companies have like really fancy
family.
trailers. Do they offer like say like on-site satellites? Do they have baby changing stations?
We can definitely look to see.
You
No,
can go,
I
I
never-
just search for portable baby changing unit and you can buy them. There's some on wheels, there's some that's not on wheels.
Are they commercial grade?
Uh,
Cause having one at home is one thing, but having 45 different families push it around and
right.
manipulate it, you don't want something that's gonna fall apart on Friday afternoon of fair, you know?
Right.
No. I mean, they go from, $80 to $180.
That's way cheaper than the wall units, because the wall units are like $350.
Oh, wow. Huh. So it's just what is it? Just a room or a,
Well,
Well,
these are just what I'm looking at right now online are just tables. I mean, they're just a changing table that you would put in, if we could, wall something off in one of the buildings. If you don't rent a space, you could put a couple of these in there that people could go in and change.
hmm. Hmm. I don't know.
I mean, it'd be nice to somehow put it in Hooley Hall, because that gets rented out, but I can see during 4-H or something, some kids are gonna screw around and try to sit on it and pull it off the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like during horse camp, or I'm not saying the horse camp would do it, but Arts Inn or, they're not very sturdy.
Yeah.
That's something we can do some searches, Dorian. I can
Yeah.
help you out to that.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Okay. All right. Now we can move on. I think
any other old business?
I'll just,
They do. They have Biff's baby changing station
who does?
Okay.
online.
I'm a little too excited about this.
Who has it?
It's a
Oh.
bit.
This is one, it's biffsinc.com, but it's Biff's baby changing station. Private changing room with secure table and trash can. Great addition to any event or work site in need of place for parents to change babies. Change diapers.
Maybe
And
we
what
look
is-
into what they get for them. Maybe
Yeah.
at the 1 or 2.
What is that? I mean, how do they give a price?
Oh,
Probably
hang
not.
on. I can rent it.
For what? How much?
Well, I don't know.
It can't be that expensive.
Right. So is it just one room or one Biff? One,
Here, hang on.
I would say 1 would be enough.
well, huh. I mean,
And we have,
well, that's true.
What's
There.
that, Phyllis?
it's more than we have now, so.
Do you
Right.
see it yet?
What?
Can you see it now?
Baby change.
Oh,
Oh, it's a toilet or a
Regular-
porta potty.
Porta
Yeah.
potty. What's inside look
Porta
like?
potty. Well, they say it's a table and a,
Well, don't they show the inside?
no.
Did you open the door?
Yeah, open the door.
Open the
You know,
door,
it's
we're open.
It's probably about the
That's
same
what I
size
do
as
it.
it's probably the same size as the handicap one.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
It doesn't look that big.
Yeah. And it just,
So, because if I went back, see, this is what they are. They've got ones, that's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty big. Because that gray one is the standard.
Yep,
What's
and that's
the
a big, and
brand?
that's
What's
still a
the-
rental too, it says.
Yeah,
change-
go down to John's sanitation.
yeah,
What do
I was
they
just look-
sell?
yeah, but that easy, and that you gotta put up. It's just yeah, you just hang that on a wall.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
Oh,
we
so
check
that's
with,
just a-
maybe we check with Myers and
Oh,
maybe
I-
they'll buy one.
I'll see if Myers have I guess I've never looked into baby changing before.
And
Um,
who knows,
Well, here-
maybe we could
that's
be
what
the
it
first
looks
one.
like.
There it
Hey,
is.
guys.
Oh, that's inside?
That's the inside of this one, at least you can see. So it's got the thing that comes down off the wall.
Huh.
This one is 47 by 47 by 91. So that's pretty wide.
4x4.
Okay, another dumb blonde question. Is there anything that the baby lays on once you pull that down?
Just that
No,
plastic table.
people would either use a wet wipe and clean it, or you use your own
You hope,
blanket.
you hope so.
Yeah, I used to have my own changing pad so that I would lay the pad down on, I would go into the bathroom, you'd pull the unit down. Then I'd lay my pad out and then I would put the baby on the pad. Then I would
Okay.
change her. And then when I'm done, then I roll my pad back up.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's that,
Okay.
girls and
Cool.
boys.
All righty.
Very good.
So,
Ta-da.
baby changing toilet. Okay, now do you want to move on now, Phyllis? We'll just,
Okay, we'll move on to new business, winter storage contracts.
oh,
Kim had sent those out with a
All right,
lot of
that's that,
information.
Girls and boys.
all righty.
Very good.
So,
Ta-da.
baby changing toilet. Why am I hearing? You want to move on now, Phyllis? We'll just,
Okay, we'll move on to new business, winter storage contracts.
oh,
What's
why are
going
we
on
hearing
here?
echoes? We got echoes going on.
Yeah, I had something extra open. I think I shut it off now, so.
That was kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Yeah.
missed it the first time, you could hear it the second time. You know,
All right, I
like,
got rid of it. For some reason, it opened another window.
oh, cool, okay. Now, as you said it
All
twice
right.
now, Phil. Yeah,
Kim, do you
Winter
want to talk about the
We
contracts?
can talk. So we had met, there was our committee had met to go over the contracts. That's when we did the 4-H one and all the other ones that went out. And we had kind of left these three and we said, well, how much are we really raising it over the course of the term? It's for 3 years, but so I went back, and which is the other document that I sent you, and that one I don't have open in front of me right now, but so I tried to go through, I hope it's not too confusing, but I tried to go through to say, okay, in the last, I don't know, 10 years or 15 years, however long I went back there, this is how much the contracts have went up, because some of us thought that, things are a little tight right now, so maybe we shouldn't raise it too much, Caliber Marine, for example, they're at 95 cents. Should we keep them at 95 cents for, the first year of the next contract and then raise it, or keep? So we kind of did a lot of that conversation. So then we thought, well, maybe if we see it in black and white and try and understand how much we've really raised them or not raised them, to see if we're, out in left field or we're too short, or etc. So that was that spreadsheet that came with. So I guess what we need to do tonight, because I really should get these out here usually I send them out in February, is what do you want to do? Do you want to raise them? How much do you want to raise them? And then that other sheet was just basically for historical data to say, here's what we've done. And, maybe raising them isn't so bad, because those numbers are, if you ask me, I thought the numbers were really low. I mean, over the life of the contracts, we haven't raised them a heck of a lot.
Well, this is my thought, is everybody's looking for storage. There is a shortage of storage. Even if we had, more buildings, everybody's asking for more space. I think we should raise it. It's just my thought, but I don't know, how much.
Right.
I thought of calling like Ideal Storage and seeing what they get per square foot. Like if I would bring my boat in and I wanted to store my boat there, or my RV or something, whatever. week after, well, first of the year, I had 2 people call, excuse me, and want to know if they could do outdoor storage at the farm. And there's no storage anywheres.
Kim, I just have I don't mean to interrupt any trains of thought, but just a quick question, because I'm new to this. Why is there a difference between the 3 on the price that we charge?
It's based on the buildings. So like Country Storage, which is Petit, takes a lot of the buildings that have dirt floors.
Oh,
So he's not charged as much per square foot. And then like Caliber has building D, which has the extra tall door.
okay,
The bigger boats.
Yep, and so you
Oh,
can store bigger
okay.
boats in there.
okay.
Yeah, where Kurt only the county storage only has building A and the Rabbit and 4-H as concrete floors. Nobody's ever called ever to take dirt floors. Nobody wants dirt floors.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he is one person that still does dirt floors.
Okay.
Erickson would take another building if we had one. But we don't have one.
The
But they don't
price
want-
we're paying, or the price they're paying to rent it is only a minute amount of what they're charging. So we're charging them pennies per square foot and they're charging dollars and tens of
Yeah.
dollars
Yeah,
per square
yeah.
foot.
That's what I was thinking too.
Although
They
they
do have
have,
a little bit,
I mean, you
but
do
we-
have to put in the fact though that they're doing that storage, so they've got costs.
they're doing
into
that,
it.
and then they're also
They're-
paying for, they're paying for insurance and everything too, which
Right.
we don't have to cover and everything.
So what they're charging, we could never charge them for because we don't
No.
have anything remotely the same with
Yeah.
it.
And
We're just-
we don't want the headache of it either.
Oh God.
So
no.
their customers don't pay the insurance?
That's all included. They might have like storage insurance on there. But if
Okay.
someone breaks into one of the buildings and does damage,
Oh, I
The
see. Okay.
Erickson Marina or whoever is renting it from us is liable. We're not liable for the stuff
I
in there.
see. I see.
Yep.
Okay.
And
So like I said,
some,
yeah. So, you know.
some of the
cost-
buildings have some nice things, very nice things in there, high buck antique or collectors or whatever you call those old cars and
Yeah.
boats and everything. So
Any of the other
Okay.
county fairs do storage? I know the state
Yeah.
fair.
we're like we're the only one that actually rents it out.
Yeah,
Other
they
county
do
fairs
their own.
actually deal with all the individual dramas.
Parking them and putting them in and everything else, which
I don't want
Don't
that
want
job.
We don't want that job.
Well, if you hire me full-time, maybe.
You talk that one over with Beth.
She's vacuuming, so she didn't hear that.
good thing you don't have this where we can see you right now. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice to get like maybe a comparable to, I mean, what is like the state fair? Granted, the state fair puts their own stuff or they have their own employees put their stuff in. But what do they charge per square foot versus, are they charging them $125 a month or $100 a month to store a fishing boat?
No, it's usually like a set fee for the winter time. So your 20 foot boat is gonna cost X amount, whether it's like $50 per 5 feet or whatever they do.
Oh, storage
it-
places charge for inside storage. They charge per foot
Square foot.
of the,
So they're gonna charge you $5-10 per foot. And
Yeah.
that's gonna cover the full winter storage. They're
Yeah.
not gonna charge you every month.
Right.
Because they want your money up front and then they want you out.
there really isn't any places really that, for us to even compare with. That's the thing, because
Well,
all we're
know
doing
that-
is giving them,
Okay, I found the state fair stuff. So the state fair, they have a $50 non-refundable deposit for each item, and then that is deducted from their final storage balance. But so they go by units. So it's, if the unit is up to 20 feet, it's $250. If they're 20 to 25, it's 300. If it's 25 to 30, 350,
Yeah.
30 to 30, you know, it keeps going up. Anyway, then anything over 40 is 500. And they're
A month?
measured tip to tip.
You mean the items are that big, Kim?
Yeah, it must be the item. So your
Yeah.
boat, you know, tip to tip.
Whether it's a motorcycle, an RV, or a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It doesn't say, it says 2022 to 2023 storage rates. So it doesn't say whether that's,
that is typical.
That would be the season from
That would be-
October
That'd be the
1st
season.
to April
Yep.
1st or March
You have your-
31st or whatever it is.
You have your summer storage and then you have your winter storage. Kind of like a 6-month period is how they do any storage things, you know, May to October through to May, you know, kind of.
Because I know a guy that's got stores his boat out at the state fair, and he said in the fall he gets a postcard in the mail that says your boat has to be on the fairgrounds at this date
Yep.
and time, drop it off, and then in March or April, he gets another postcard and says your boat will be, you need to pick your boat up on this date and this time.
yeah.
And so it must be for the winter, so
Right. It is for the winter. I'm sure
And
it
I'm
is.
sure the state fair is a lot more systematic than our
oh,
renters.
we're just like it, just a little smaller.
Yeah.
Totally, we're totally organized like the state
Uh-huh.
fair.
Did you see their trash cans? They were overflowing, I think.
I did, I sent you pictures, not this year, but from like when we had the State 4-H Horse Show, which was 2 weeks after the fair, and they were still overflowing everywhere and not picked up yet.
I mean, I don't want to
I'd say we,
overcharge somebody, but also I don't want to be taken advantage of.
Right, right.
You know, I still want to be in the ballpark to at least, you know, if there's more money to be made out there, let's,
We've been
know.
raising it, what, a penny per square foot or something?
right?
Well, let's just keep on that trend, because it's not like it's not like any one of these buildings have been completely upgraded. Now, when we go and do building B, then we can definitely charge more for that new flooring and everything.
so if we charge a penny, if we upped it a penny, what really are we gonna, how much more are we gonna make in a year?
well, so I'm just looking at Caliber, so that's
It's like about $100, right?
well, their square footage is 11.
Well, just go by what the three are there for 93 cents, 94, and 95. It's about $100 more each time.
So it'd be 13,124.16 if we went to 96 cents
13,000?
Yeah.
for Caliber. Because the square footage is, I was including the Mindell barn in there.
That Yeah. seems really like
I
a
was-
high jump.
Well, I included the Mindell barn in there when I was looking at it. I'm going, oh,
Yeah,
It's it looks like it's $110 every year if you raise it one
Yeah,
penny.
yeah, right, about $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll
The
be-
other thing we should consider is we have the square footage of the total building, correct?
we did.
No,
Yeah,
I think we went through it one
Well,
time and
we had-
fixed all that.
because
Because
we have to.
we
We have to
take a
take
little
off for
section.
for what we store in there, like the showcases. So
Okay,
that's
because
all
we've
been
never,
taken.
we've never gone out and measured out saying, hey, we only get this much by this much, so.
We did that years ago. That was
Yep.
all fun.
That's where we got what the square footage that they can use. That's where that came from, because we had to go out and measure off the area that we use for, you know, like the office and the all the showcases in that corner. That's not usable for them, so we don't charge them.
And I
Do
Do we
Measure
know,
put all the showcases like in one corner in each building?
Yes.
Okay,
And I know last time all the contracts came up for renewal, they were increased and I sent them out. And, I always say if you have it's not how I word it, but if they have concerns or, want to discuss it, so please let us know, they can certainly come to a meeting. And everybody signed it and just returned it. We didn't meet with anybody.
I think they're definitely getting a good deal out of it, but
Yeah.
we don't want to push it too far where they start questioning what we do, because all of a sudden they're gonna want the roads fixed up and everything else, and we're not gonna do that.
Where else
I
are they
mean-
gonna go? Where else are they gonna go?
yeah, right.
There's
Yeah,
a shortage of storage.
So, okay, so
Uh,
then if I'm here, so Bridgeport, then we could go from 95 at the end of their contract was 95. So you'd go 96, 97, and 98. And then on Erickson, they'd go from 88 to 89, 90, and 91 for the next contract term. And then Petit would go to 88, 89, and 90 for the main buildings. Now, what do you want to do? He's kind of we've got some extra stuff. So the horse barn, do you want to raise that? Looks like that's been raised $50 every year. The Red Cross, we haven't raised that we just give him the Red Cross for 300 or rent it for 300 and he can have that as his office.
I wouldn't charge any more on that, especially when we have things in there now, so.
Okay.
We take half of it.
And then the cattle barn, that was just the same price for each year. Do you want to leave that or you want to raise it?
I'd raise it. We need to raise some funds so we can fix the roof. Richie did an engineering study on that and said if the snow hasn't tipped it over, it's it's a sound building.
Yeah, it's good for a 100-year flood. I mean, 100-year snowstorm.
Good one, Richie.
All right,
Yeah,
so do you want to raise the horse barn then to 2650?
He's gonna pay it. We'll take it.
No,
Where else are they gonna go?
He'd be the only one that pushes back. So what do you
Yeah,
want?
but he pushes back on everything.
I know. So what do you want to do about the cattle barn?
so we're gonna go like on the horse barn, so we're gonna go starting at 2650 and then 50 each time after. Okay,
I'd raise
Sure.
it 50 also. He's only taking the half, right? What are we raising the horse barn? 50?
50 a
so
year.
2650, 2700, right? And then 2750? No, 75. Whoops, I can't add.
yeah, it's 50.
2670. Yeah, 2660 plus 50.
2650.
2650, yeah, 27 and 2750.
50. I
Yep.
had it right. Whew.
And then we're leaving the Red Cross at 300
Yep.
and the cattle barn, what did we decide?
50 a year.
So 2675 for the first year,
Yep.
2725.
Okay, yeah, because we
770.
just, on the cattle barn, it was just one fee for the whole year. We
Right.
never,
For the 3 years, it was the same price. Do you want to raise them every year?
or just raise it to 2675 for the year.
I'd raise it. I'd raise it each year. Cause I mean, we're having to do maintenance on these things. It's not
Mhm.
like the buildings are getting younger and newer and
I guess I would lean towards 2675 for the year and leave it.
The 3 years?
Yeah, not do. That's just a line, basically a line item like the Red Cross, that's 300 for the year. The horse barn is for 3 years and the cattle barn was just a line item for the year for the storage. I don't know. That's just my idea.
do we want to give them a 3-year contract? I know we think, let's do a 2-year because the livestock group,
I'd leave it at 3. They're so hard. They're so hard to do.
well, the livestock group I know is going to want to propose redoing the flooring in there and cementing it. So once they do that, then it'll be,
We can renegotiate it.
Once a year, we can review it. We've got in the leases. So,
okay. Yeah, because I don't, honestly, if the livestock group is doing this, I think it's at least 2 years out, if not further out.
Okay. So cattle barn, you just want one line that says 26, Dory's proposed 2675. What's everyone else want to do? For 3 years, for each year of the contract.
Do that, and then you just lower the Red Cross $25 and say, hey, we're giving you a discount since we're using half of it.
250.
yeah, we could.
I mean, we're throwing a
Yeah.
bone back at them,
I mean, really, we are using.
you know, we are.
He's not really, does he really use it though, other than a place to sit and wait for his people to come?
Well, he's got a little office in there, you know, when you go in there, he's got his whatever
His
paperwork.
people. He's got
His
his
people,
people sitting in
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
He might
So,
be doing
but-
karaoke now that he's got all the microphones and speakers in there.
Well, it'd be Craig and Carrie.
uh-huh. Probably Betty too, you know, she might come in for the giggles, you know. So, 2675 and 250 for the Red Cross then.
Yeah,
Sound
but now
good?
you're not well, you're not raising them anything though. 'Cause now-
Now you just lost $25.
I know.
Well,
I'd
yeah, but
just leave it at 300.
I'll just leave it at 300. If he
Ugh.
complains, he complains no matter what.
Right,
Well-
just leave it. I'd leave it.
Up,
Leave it.
yeah, up the 2675, leave it at 3 and call it a day.
Insurance went up, taxes went up, labor went up.
it did.
And then the only other question I have then is Caliber has the Mendel barn. Do you want to leave them at $1,800 for the barn, or do you want to raise that one? I don't know what is in there.
With the floor nuts, so, you know, they can only kind of park down the middle of that, you know, they
Okay.
get too close to the edge of that barn and poof,
So leave it at 18?
I don't know, I'm okay, what do you guys think? I don't care.
What's underneath? Just a big hole?
Huh?
What's underneath? Just a big hole?
Well, the
The
flooring.
basement of the barn, it's where the stalls and stuff are, but the top floor is like what would be the hayloft, but it's on a hill so you can drive in it, but the floor is,
Oh, you're talking about the loft though. That's
Yeah.
the part you're talking about?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like the old cattle
Oh.
barn where you can drive up on top and then underneath is where the old milking parlor would be.
Okay. Well,
Does
I
that
can
make
see if
sense?
it's, I can see if you're driving up in a hayloft. Yeah. Now I get it. Yep.
On the west side is flat going in, and on the east side is a hill, and you drive in the bottom part of it. It's like
Okay.
old type barn.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
So this summer, we'll have to go on a field trip and take you over there and show you.
Good idea. I'd like to do that.
Okay.
behave yourself there, booty. All right. Okay, I'm sorry I missed that, but
You're
gotta do what
fine.
I gotta.
We're taking a field trip over there this summer.
Where, the Mendel property?
Yeah.
Oh,
Diana,
ew.
you haven't seen it.
Oh gosh,
Doreen-
you're just gonna love
Doreen
it.
loves it when I drive her through the big tall weeds
Oh,
in the gator.
Yeah, that's gonna be in Richie's Gator.
oh, the one that I,
Richie's getting a utility vehicle.
utility vehicle, okay, fine. Yep.
All right,
fine.
I got my,
Okay.
I know what I'm doing. this
So
time.
what do we do with the barn?
We're gonna leave it at 18,
Okay,
since it's a little,
okay,
It's sketchy. We'll just leave it the same.
little wonky.
wonky, but we'll raise the other one. All right,
Okay,
thank you, everybody.
so. Are we done?
With
Is there anything
contract.
else? Any other new business?
I'm gonna button it. Button my mouth, zip it.
Not,
Well,
is there a motion to adjourn?
No,
Do I bring it up? Do we
What?
bring it up to this meeting? I'm not sure. We talked at the end of the meeting we had the other night about extending that road. Is that
Oh,
this meeting
yeah.
or no? So what we were talking about is that west parking lot. But that's the west parking lot is where like the new stoplight is coming out of that parking lot, or making a road that goes from the south parking lot to the west of the carnival and would come out on that new road just before the stoplight. So say if the west parking lot was full, people could, instead of going back out onto the county road, they could go get access over to the south parking lot, or vice versa. Or if somebody like say from the motorsports, if it was the motor or autocross or demolition derby or tractor pull, pulls in the north driveway and they had to get turned around instead of going back out, excuse me, because that during fair, we make that road a right out only.
Yeah,
So if somebody comes in with a truck and trailer, we're forcing them to go back down to Stillwater or down to Highway 5 and 36, make a U-turn and come all the way back so they can come in the south entrance. Where if we would have put in a road through the trees to get to the south parking lot, pretty much they could drive and stay on our property. Does that make sense?
so it'd be like at the west end of before the road, basically.
Yep, right before the stoplight, they
Yeah.
would take a left. If you're going out that west entrance,
It'd be like a
right
little
before the
frontage
stoplight.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
you take a left and go through the trees, and then you'd come out at the south parking lot. And then you'd have to drive through the parking lot to get back over to the south road or McPhair.
Is that something we want to try to accomplish this year?
That would be nice.
I guess we'd have to get some bids or something, what it would entail to,
Yeah,
Sure.
cause that's like, you got the fences and you have to tear down all the trees and I don't know what the condition is in the trees, if it dips down, like
Yeah.
low spots or what.
Right. And like I just discussed it quick with Ben. And Ben said if we needed to build the road up, we got plenty of dirt piles. And if we have to put a culvert in, you just buy a culvert and then take the trees down and put a road through.
What about the fence though?
It would be on the west of the fence, the carnival fence.
So it'd be in the ditch? Or
Kind of, yep. Yep.
How much,
Yeah,
how much of that ditch do we own? How far out?
Oh, a lot.
I would think the
did you
best, the
say it would
next,
be? Did you say it would be on the west side of the fence that runs along the road?
Yeah, because if,
In
that,
between
the
fence and
carnival is all fenced in. It'd be right after the carnival fence.
Hmm.
Between
would-
the carnival fence and the stoplight.
I would have Ben or you draw it out and make a little more sense.
Yeah,
I like that to make a little more sense.
Yeah, I think just a rough plan on a.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we know where, cause I can kind of visualize it, but I don't think there's enough room between the fence and the road.
That's what
There's
I
prob-
was
Doesn't the
thinking.
county?
between the
right of ways
fence
or
and the
something?
road, there's probably 250 feet.
So
It's
there's
that,
no
that far in?
easement or
But does it,
there's
Does
no
it interfere with
easement
the
or,
right of way?
is it
Yeah.
No.
sloping?
No,
no?
no.
Well, and it doesn't have to be a two-way either, does it, Richie? Are you thinking wide enough for two cars, one each way, or just kind of like the fire lane behind the other buildings in the back?
At least 2 lane, because if you had somebody coming from the south,
And it's
Coming
gonna
up.
be, potentially be trucks and trailers, so you want to have extra room for them. I
Yeah.
would say draw it out and present it because then it would make a little more sense.
I
Yeah.
like the idea a lot.
Yeah, I guess we'd,
That's
you
a
know,
great idea.
we'd have to get some costs on it in order to really, be
Yeah,
able to say yay or nay or,
it would probably have to wait too until after the snow melts to kind of get what the lay of the land is. Once you get into the trees, I think it dips down a little bit.
yeah, it,
I think it does too.
this is what I remember that fence, yeah, it goes down in the ditch.
Yeah. But then it would allow us to go pretty much drive from the south lot to the west lot to the north lot without leaving our property.
Yeah,
Or anybody, if you needed, even if you wanted 5 years down the road, if you want to do a shuttle, you could do a shuttle all the way around the whole parking lot area.
We can get trolleys.
Yep. Yep.
Well-
We're gonna get the trolley from Stillwater, and that's
Yeah, I
gonna
was
be,
gonna say we're gonna hire the trolleys.
yeah.
okay then. You guys go,
Cool.
but do
That'd be
whatever
it.
you want to do.
That could
It's
be
just
a
a
new
thought.
parade route.
You can do that too.
I tried to get them one year and they were so expensive. Like, well, good God.
That's all I got.
Oh,
Hey, any other new business or comments?
nope.
If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Third,
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor? Or do we need to
Aye.
vote?
We better vote.
Okay,
Means I'm up.
Tim,
Oh, hang on. All right, Amy,
Yes.
Phyllis,
yes.
that's the
Richie,
stuff, Darren.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yep.
Leanne,
Yep.
and I'm a yes.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night,
Night.
everybody.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay warm.
Yeah, bye-bye.